Today's video that I'm making a subject that is called mind matters. How our mind can be matter for something. That is the discussion that we need. So first, we have to train our mind to manage things. Manage things in different category, different level, different subject, different creativity, like to manage in office, corporates, in a manufacturing, in a service, wherever that if we can manage. So this we have to apply the mind, our mind to use. We have to use our mind to manage. Manage what? Manage your objective, like whatever that is asking you to do, to manage. Maybe employees, maybe production, maybe accounting, maybe the service sector, whatever that is giving to you to manage, that is, you have to do it with your mind. To how to manage that, you need a practice. You need a practice to manage. That is coming to your mind by gradually. So maybe you will seems to be failed. Sometimes your decisions, sometimes your advice may not be right. That time maybe the superiors will kick you. So if you need 100% managing power, you need to train. You need to daily think about for that. That way you can manage things. Next to that, you need a better advisor. Advisor you can get by hiring somebody, but that is a dependency. But if you can keep your mind for advice yourself, that mind will advise to yourself that you have to do this, you have to walk, you have to do, you have to take, you have to say, and whatever that you are creating, that decision, advice, decision from a mind, that also you have to create by practice. So in every time if the mind is giving you some advice, might not be correct. Sometimes it will end in a loss. Sometimes it will give you benefit. So you have to train your mind to give good advice. That is important thing that you have to follow. Next, that is teaching. When we are getting knowledge, we are getting knowledge from our childhood, from the parents, from our neighbors, from friends, from the friends. Like that, we are growing up with knowledge. That knowledge is given by parents as a teacher. From school, there as a teacher. There is a friends. From them also, somebody might give you some advice. They will teach you something. So this teaching that you are adapting to your mind and body to do something or to follow something. So with this teaching, you can teach somebody. How to teach is you have to train. Teacher can be anywhere, in the corporate, in the hospitals, in this family, in any of the department, in whatever transportation, manufacturing. There is a teacher need to advise. They are teaching. In corporation, there is a teacher that teaching how to make it strategies, how to make a stock discussion, how to make a, stock allocation, how to make how to behave in a office, how to behave with customers. Like there is many classes they are giving to employees. This is done by the advice from superiors that they have to do this to the employees, otherwise they will do mistakes. So the teaching is important, that you have to practice how to teach others, and also you have to keep in mind whenever you are teaching, that must be in a convincing way, that those who are listening you are teaching must be able to understand and to adopt what you are saying is right. That you have to keep in mind while teaching, otherwise teaching will be useless. Teaching need a point to give you for your customers or your listeners or your whoever that is listening was teaching. So that is important. Teaching. And there is error. Errors can be take place anytime. That depends how our mind is working. Suppose we are in our office, many mistakes we are doing. Sometimes little, sometimes more, sometimes none. So these errors can be happen from our lack of concentration. We need a concentration while we're doing the job. So for the concentration we have to practice. Otherwise we will make errors in our job. So this concentration that we can make by gradually focusing a thing or an object for a long time, that you need a patience. By making a patience you can make a concentration. The patience that make you force, like a force that comes from you to concentrate very patiently. Very patient, that gives you right. If you don't have patience, you will do mistakes. So that you will lose your concentration. So you need practice for to correct errors by doing concentration and making a patience. Next is that productive mind. You need a productive mind. How to do a productive mind? That you have to create, because you was growing up from a small little kid and you are growing up towards an adult, and after that you're growing up to an old man. So it's in this duration you have to create something productive. If you're marrying, you are making production, that is different. But if you are creating something productive, or if you want to say something productive to somebody to do that, somebody to make that, that is a production. Advice to making ideas to make a production. Making ideas and reproduction and a productivity and like that. You have to keep your mind. You have to train your mind to be productive. Like you can create something like that. You have to work out. You have to see things by seeing things you have to think what you can make it out of that, what we can make it out of that. If you are getting something, some piece of wood, so you can think about it by seeing this wood, what I can make out of this small piece of wood. That is productiveness. That's you can create idea from what you can make out of a small piece of wood or